Welcome to G-Dawg Media.
And I thought my jokes were bad. And here we go.
The newest Joker movie is right around the corner. In today's video, I want to rank what I consider the best Joker actors from worst to best, both the big and small screen. Personally, I consider the Joker to be the greatest villain ever created in fiction. He is the embodiment of what a villain should be. He doesn't have any good in him, he's pure evil, and he just does things just because he wants to. And I want to rank these actors on a couple of things. 1, menace. 2, the performance itself. 3, the actual quality of the product that they're in. And 4, and of course, that iconic laugh. Just a couple of things to note, I won't be including voice actors, so don't expect the likes of seeing Mark Hamill and Zach Galifianakis on this list, because honestly, that topic deserves a list all on its own. Besides, that's the point. I would definitely put Mark Hamill at number 1. And also, they have to have a significant role in it, so don't expect cameos such as Barry Keoghan from The Batman. And just a quick disclaimer, I do not own any clips or audios used from the movies and TV shows in this video. All of it is owned by Warner Brothers and DC Comics. Now with all that out of the way, let's dive right into the madhouse.
Denzel.
What are you gonna do? You gonna kill me, Mr. J?
What? Oh, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna hurt you. Really, really bad.
Boy, you did a lot more than just hurt us really, really bad, Leto. Jared Leto from 2016 Suicide Squad / the DCEU is hands down the worst Joker performance we've had on this list. Honestly, not really much to go off of. He feels like he's trying way too hard to be scary and intimidating. He wasn't funny. And just the overall look, I just was not a fan of. Just the tattoos, the grill, and the damaged tattoo on his forehead. It was just all awful. And the worst part is, I wasn't really scared or intimidated by his performance. I was just more annoyed. And you can kind of tell by just the stories I was told about how Leto was taking the role, the method acting that he was put into it, and those weird and crazy rumors that he gave extremely disgusting gifts to his co-stars, and unfortunately it just didn't pay off. But in his defense, he was following in the footsteps of Heath Ledger, which is a performance that will definitely be discussed in this video, but it was huge shoes to fill, and unfortunately I don't think Leto was able to fill them up. He was slightly better in the Snyder Cut of Justice League, but it wasn't enough to salvage his performance, and that is why he is at the very bottom of this list.
Gotham City, we're the maniacs, and I'm Jerome, the shot caller of our little gang. We're here to spread a message of wisdom and hope. Some people have no manners. You're all prisoners. What you call sanity is just a prison in your minds that stops you from seeing that you're just tiny little cogs in a giant, absurd machine. Wake up! Just remember, smile. Time to go. Don't worry, we'll be back very soon. Hang on to your...
So our next entry is actually an interesting one. It's Cameron Monaghan from the TV show Gotham, which ran on Fox from 2014 to 2019. So Gotham is essentially a TV show where it's Gotham City without Batman. Instead it's Bruce Wayne just witnessing the murder of his parents, and it shows the origins of its various supervillains and supporting cast, with the show ending, of course, Bruce becoming Batman. It just never really clicked with me, and and that's why it just took me so long to actually watch it. I didn't start watching until about towards the end of the show when it's on its last couple of seasons, because at that point, Bruce is starting to become Batman a little bit, is at least having the idea of it, and some of the more obscure Batman villains were starting to pop up, the ones that won't have an appearance in a big screen film, and honestly, I was just really craving some live action Batman content at that time. For the parts I did watch, the standout performance from the bits that I've watched was definitely Cameron Monaghan, who played Jeremiah and Jerome Valeska. Starting out with Jerome, he was essentially the prototype Joker. They never really gave him the name Joker because there was some legal issue that the show couldn't use the Batman and Joker names. So this was the compromise they came up with. And Monaghan was one of the best performances in the show, in my opinion. When he was Jerome, it was the more psychotic, wild card, out-of-the-box side of the Joker character that we would come to expect. Even going as so far as using, in the New 52 line of Batman comics, where he had his face cut off and sewed back on. It was very creepy how it was done, and he actually pulled off really well. Around season 4, they were introduced to his twin brother Jeremiah Valeska. I know, cable TV, go figure. And after Jerome was killed by Gordon, Jeremiah was infected by a prototype Joker toxin and becomes a Joker type, where he looks more like the traditional Joker you would expect, with the white makeup, the green hair, the red lips, and the purple suit. But what made his performance as Jeremiah different than Jerome is he was more cold and calculating, playing more into the mastermind side of the Joker character, which was great for what was given. And it eventually led to, in season 5, the final season of the show, where he did fall into the vat of chemicals and actually becomes the Joker we would come to expect. However, when that happened in the series finale, it fell really flat for me. It just kind of felt like a poor man's imitation of Ledger and Hamill, and it just felt like not a lot of effort was put into it, and you can tell they were really trying to wrap up the show in some kind of note. He did have a decent Joker laugh, which was a good blend of Hamill and Ledger. And I would normally put this performance a little higher, but since he didn't actually use the name Joker, and they were using a bunch of technicalities and loopholes, that is why he's a little bit lower on the list. But I did really enjoy his performance, and I kind of recommend giving Gotham a show just for something to watch a little different, and just giving his performance a chance.
It's my mother-in-law.
Next one is an oldie but a goodie. Cesar Romero's Joker from the Adam West Batman series and a spin-off film. Much like Gotham, I obviously didn't watch this show. It was way before my time, but I did watch the movie a bunch as a kid because I was 5 and I needed some Batman content to watch. And Cesar Romero was just a ton of fun to watch. Obviously, just by looking at him and the products that he's in, it is not a Joker to be taken seriously at all. He's more comedic, kind of a goofball, and definitely more of a prankster than an actual supervillain criminal. Like, you wouldn't see this Joker holding the city hostage with a bomb or holding a hostage at gunpoint or thing. Instead, you see this guy more inconveniencing somebody or having a surfing competition with Batman, which actually happened in this show. It was the 60s, go figure. But one of the things that stood out to me about this performance is the laugh. His laugh was great. He was a ball of energy, a ton of fun to watch. And this was also just a technical thing. He just refused to shave his mustache, so they had to put makeup over it. And it's so obvious that they just couldn't hide it very well. And that was just one of the things that made this Joker stand out for me. But aside from that, if you want to break from the darker, more edgier, scarier takes on Joker, this is a good one to take a break from. And I recommend just hunting down any clips and scavenging any footage of this performance. It's thoroughly entertaining.
Hey, you pompous, puffed up
Penguin! Our friends make peace. Have a shake on me. Ooh, a joke a day keeps the gloom away.
Now on the other side of it, for our number 3 pick is Joaquin Phoenix from 2019's Joker and its upcoming sequel. Now, if you were to ask me a few years ago who my top 3 would be, I would definitely put Phoenix at number 2, honestly. But I rewatched the movie not too long ago, and it wasn't as great as I remember it, but I still love the performance. What I love about the performance in this Joker is we actually got to know him, and he was in a more leading role, whereas the others were definitely supporting. And in Phoenix himself, he was scary, he was intimidating, he was creepy, and just the way he moved was just so unnatural and ghoul-like. And I'm not saying because he was like big and burly, he was honestly the opposite. He was skinny and his ribs were showing, but it's just the way he moved was just mesmerizing, and it was one of the standouts for me in his performance. And not to mention, he had the best dance moves out of all the Jokers on this list. And the scene that really shows his acting capabilities, and I truly believe this is the scene that made him win an Oscar, was towards the end of the movie where he got invited to a talk show from Murray Franklin, who is a comedian that he admires. After Murray showcases his failed stand-up material, Arthur got invited onto his show and enacts his own personal revenge on him. And he goes into a little rant about how awful the city is, how awful people treat him because of his mental illness, and he just fully indulges in madness. Let's check it out.
You're awful, Murray.
Me? I'm awful? Oh yeah, how am I awful?
Playing my video. Inviting me on the show. You just wanted to make fun of me. You're just like the rest of them.
You don't know the first thing about me, pal. Look what happened because of what you did, what it led to. There were riots out there. 2 policemen are in critical condition. You're laughing. You're laughing. Someone was killed today because of what you did.
I know. How about another joke, Murray?
No, I think we've had enough of your jokes.
What do you get
I don't think so.
when you cross
I think
a
we're
mentally
done
ill
with your
loner
jokes.
with
That's
a
it.
society that abandons him and treats him like trash?
Call the police,
I'll
Gene.
tell you what you get.
Call the police.
You get what you fucking deserve.
And not to mention, he has, in my opinion, the best laugh out of all these Joker actors. And what's cool about it is they actually play into the film, because he has a mental condition where he just laughs out of nowhere uncontrollably, and it's not even by choice, it just happens. And the scene that really showcases it is in the subway around 30-ish minutes in, right before he makes his first kill, and that's when he starts the domino trend of becoming the clown prince of crime.
Funny asshole? Isn't it rich? Me here at last on the ground, and you in midair. So, buddy, tell us what's so fucking funny.
I have a condition.
I'll tell you what you have, asshole. We got a kicker, huh? Hey, hold him steady, hold him steady. Stay down, freak.
one of the things that just kind of kept him at number 3 for me was despite the performance being great, it just lacked some things from a great Joker performance for me. For one thing, they made him more sympathetic and audiences felt sorry for him. I personally don't want that in a Joker performance. I like to see the Joker as like Gotham's boogeyman, or someone that's the people are more scared of than Batman himself. And this one, it could work. I get what they're going for. You just want to feel tragedy and sorrow for him. It would work for any other character or any product, but for the Joker, it just it shouldn't really be that case. And also, he didn't really have a Batman, obviously, to match his wits with, so we didn't actually fully get to see that part of the character in this film. But despite all that, his performance was great. Phoenix deserved that Oscar, and that is why he's number 3.
Jack is dead, my friend. You can call me Joker. And as you can see, I'm a lot happier.
Number 2 is the classic Jack Nicholson from Batman 1989, directed by Tim Burton. In my opinion, Nicholson was the perfect blend of funny and scary. Like, he would pull off a really great joke and then turn around and just kill somebody. And to me, that is a core quality of the Joker. Nicholson, of course, had a great Joker laugh, and it feels a lot like from his character in The Shining, and it just bled into this, and it's truly great, and I feel like it was best utilized in this scene right here.
Wait till they get a load of me.
And this is also something I really appreciate from Nicholson's performance is so far he's been the most comic accurate Joker performance by look, by the use of his classic gadgets and toys such as the joy buzzer, the gag gun, the acid flower, and of course the iconic Joker gas, which was the only time we've seen any of these used on the big screen. Even going up so far as using his origin from the Killing Joke comic, which is when he encounters Batman for the first time and he fell into the vat of chemicals, further disfiguring him, becoming the clown prince of crime that we know and love. Ish. However, what keeps Nicholson from being number 1 for me personally is the idea of knowing where he comes from and his origin, because to me also, I like that the Joker is mysterious, has a mystique to him. Nobody knows his story. He's just a guy that shows up and just does stuff. Like nobody knows where he's from or what his whole deal is. And also the fact that they made him the guy who killed Bruce Wayne's parents just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me, and it just felt really tacked on. But I do see where Burton and company were coming from with this, trying to make the hero and the villain have more of a stronger connection with each other. But aside from that, it's a great performance. I love watching him, and that is why he's number 2. And hopefully James Gunn will use those classic Joker tropes and gadgets in his upcoming DCU with Brave and the Bold.
Look at you. What do you believe in, huh? What do you believe in?
I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger.
Do I really need to explain why Heath Ledger is number 1 on this pit list? He is the perfect Joker actor. He is scary, intimidating, has a presence to him, is the pure embodiment of chaos, and also has a very dark sense of humor to him that is only funny to the Joker himself. Has a great dynamic with Batman, the best that's on the big screen, and Ledger, much like Phoenix, won an Oscar for this role for a reason. Not to mention, Ledger easily stole the show in every scene he's in, with my favorite being this one that encapsulates why he's the best of the best.
Brian, are you the real Batman?
No.
No?
No.
No? Then why do you dress up like him?
He's a symbol that we don't have to be afraid of scum like you.
Yeah, you do, Brian.
You really do. Huh? Yeah. Oh, shush, 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 shush. So you think Batman's made Gotham a better place? Look at me. Look at me! You see, this is how crazy Batman's made Gotham. You want order in Gotham. Batman must take off his mask and turn himself in. Oh, and every day he doesn't, people will die. Starting tonight. I'm a man of my word.
I mean, I can go on and mention pretty much every scene that he's in, from why so serious? You want to know how he got these scars? The elevator scene where he crashes the party, everything burns. And of course, that iconic police interrogation scene between him and Batman while the GCPD was watching. Lastly, out of all the Jokers that's being used on here, he has the best strategy and strategic mind in fully embodying the criminal mastermind element of the character. And for all those reasons, with barely any issues I had with his performance, that is why Heath Ledger will always be my #1 live-action Joker actor, at least as of right now, but honestly, it's going to be a tough act to follow. That is my list. What do you guys think? Do you guys have a favorite Joker actor? Would you like me to cover the voice acting portion of the character, delve into more Mark Hamill, Troy Baker, and John DiMaggio? Let me know in the comments. And are you planning on seeing the new Joker movie? Because I sure will. Just be sure to keep your eye out for my review on that. Just leave a comment. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget, always smile.
Good night. And always remember, that's